get-together turned out to be almost, 2 to 3 hours, Jim, or so. Not only did I know everything that was going on with him, but the beings were telling me what was wrong with the show and why and what we needed to get it going, that we needed different people, and how to look for these people and how to recognize what these people would look like and how we would find them. So it's been a very enlightening thing for me. I think it's a very difficult thing for people to do. It's kind of, again, I'm going to use the term coming out of the closet, because you always have to wonder what everyone's going to think. But I'm at that point right now where I'm okay with what's happening. I'm absolutely delighted.
I don't mind doing whatever it is I'm supposed to do. If I've got a destiny in life or a mission or whatever it is, I don't mind doing it. But if it has something to do with you, then I'm going to ask you for 2 favors. Do not abduct me, because I don't want to go anywhere. And don't frighten me in my bedroom. I don't want to wake up and find something in my bedroom I can't handle, okay? So don't mess with me, and don't scare me to death, and I don't want to go anywhere. But if I'm supposed to do something, if there's a divine plan of some sort where I'm supposed to play, then open the doors, show me what I am to do, and leave me alone. And I thanked them, and I got back in the car and drove back, and that was it.
It seems as though a lot of experiencers see some metabolic change. It could be a change in body temperature. It could be a change in sensitivity to electromagnetic things. And there is a phenomenon we refer to as the awakening, and it seems as though that when people first realize that there is something going on, that their mind tends to go through sort of this awakening, and people begin seeking out books, TV shows, movies. They're trying to just suck up as much information about the alien UFO phenomenon as they can, because they're seeking answers for themselves. And it's usually during that period that they will notice that there is some sort of metabolic changes. I know for myself that it was after one of my encounters where I believe that they gave me an implant that now allows me to hear them. I also noticed that when that implant, if you want to call it that, would become active, I would find that I would get a weird headache behind my left ear, but I would also become extremely tired. And I think my take on that was they wanted me to be in a state where they could make contact the safest, and that was to get me to go to sleep. And they didn't care what time of the day or night it was. But yeah, there's a lot that's associated with this.
What I would hear in the back from ET versus spirit was numerous bodies or beings, ET, enlightenment by hearing chatter but not voices, almost like they had lots to say, but they didn't really want me to hear what it was. So to me, that's the difference. So yes, there were several hours of lost time. I've also been taken out of the house. I am speaking foreign languages. They're teaching me in my sleep. I have them point to the walls. For example, in February, we went to Las Vegas. I thought I was losing my mind.
I knew that I was dealing with something that I wasn't familiar with at all. And I had so many instances that happened after that, I finally ended up selling the farm.
Oh my goodness. And I can imagine, and Christina had mentioned earlier that, people want to move and move somewhere else so that this doesn't follow them around anymore. And what are your experiences now that you have moved from the farm?
Well, the feds definitely know where I'm at. The NSA followed me, and so did my encounters seem to increase more. And I've got several instances that I've documented of things that's happened in my house, things that are going through my walls. I can hear things moving around sometimes in my room, and you question yourself, is this reality?
Right.
Reptilian. So, but I mean, what's going on with this reptilian thing? Where's this theory really coming from? I mean,
it's coming from the demonic presences, and the fact that when they manifest in a reptilian, sometimes kind of shape.
so
Well, and you know, you're saying a lot too as far as crazy goes. You know, I've never heard the word used so much as it has been in the 21st century. I mean, it's a word that everybody uses, and they ask themselves constantly, am I crazy? Is she crazy? Are they crazy? Oh, those people are crazy. I mean, we hear this language all the time. The bottom line here is, and you're making it the point very clear, what if crazy turns out to be the reality, and those who don't get any of this are really turn out to be the crazy people? How's that?
There you go.
In other words, those who are buying the lie, that would be considered crazy. Those who are in the know, you know, and I think in this paradigm shift, we're starting to see a lot of that. So I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to
change our paradigm and the light barrier. And when you do, you enter into this area that the mystics used to call the etheric astral conscious realm.
Ivy said she saw this little light come in and hover right above her, and at that moment she was totally paralyzed. Couldn't move, couldn't cry out, couldn't do anything. All she could do is breathe and just. And she said she laid there totally paralyzed, looking at this light, and when the glowing went through the wall, that little red light went out and followed it. It was gone. Now, I slept through all of this. I didn't see any of it. I'm just telling you what they said. An emissary for them. They're going to channel through you. They're going to use you, and they will speak through you.
Was that I remote viewed a big interstellar fleet out in the area of Orion. And as I saw it in my mind's eye, I began to tune consciousness and this sphere with my bioelectric field. And as I held it, I put my hand out, and suddenly, zap, all these detectors started going off. And they went off for about 5 hours over the course. They're coming, my friends. And what they were saying is that we're coming. Nothing's going to stop it. There are thousands of people we have trained now to do what I just said we're doing. There are people here who have been taught to do these things on their own and have gone out. Now, I want to show you, we have developed protocols that involve the ability to go into deep states of consciousness. The old-fashioned term might be nirvana or samadhi. And then remote view in consciousness where these extraterrestrial vehicles are. And then contact them with a coherent stream of thought and vector them, just like you vector a jet into Barcelona airport, them into our location. And guess what? They almost always come. Now, this is what we're training people to do. You're all invited. We're going to...
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
They're going to use you, and they're going to use you, and they
Want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth! Art from the servant of God! Tell me your 6 names! We are the ones who dwell within. But you shut your head, but talk queen habitaben in the When I taste a paraffin in you die, God have mercy on their souls.
Geth.
I mean you, specifically.
We are all Geth.
What is the individual in front of me called?
There is no individual. We are Geth. There are currently 1,183 programs active within this platform.
My name is Legion, for we are many.
Well, that seems appropriate.
Christian Bible, the Gospel of Mark, chapter 5, verse 9. We acknowledge this is an appropriate metaphor. We are Legion, a terminal of the Geth. We will integrate into